You said Facebook.
I don't know, Instagram. We'll see you all. But let's jump into our top story. India has introduced mandatory 7-day quarantine for all international passengers, and it begins today. So this was announced last week. And if you're thinking of traveling to India in the near future, which is what we were discussing yesterday, you may want to slot in a 7-day home quarantine into that schedule. Basically, overnight, it was announced last week, but it's come into effect today. India has passed the rule, making it mandatory for that quarantine until further notice. The Union Health Ministry announced you'll need to provide further proof of a negative RT-PCR test on the 8th day via the Air Suvidha portal. Now, kids under 5 are exempt from both testing, pre and then on arrival, etc. However, if they show COVID symptoms on arrival, they'll need to undergo the necessary testing if they're showing symptoms. But yeah, 7 days quarantine.
Oh my God, this again, it's literally a repeat of last year, but anything to curb the spread of the new variant, because we know just how bad the second wave got last year. And now the third wave, that too with it being more transmissible, it's just very scary.
Mm-hmm. If you are traveling to India, the UAE is still deemed, we are a safe country. They have at-risk countries, and they will need to provide PCR test before travel, PCR test on arrival as well. However, because we're a safe country, we do not need to. However, depending on the region that you're going to, they also have specific rules in place. So as always, with COVID and with travel, plan ahead, and also know that all the planning may not even help. But check your airline, because they always have the latest info, and just check the country that you're going to for peace of mind.
Very true. And I think with these new regulations, a lot of business trips have been cut short. A lot of leisure trips have been cut short. That too. And that's resulted in airfares dropping. So, I mean, you know.
I mean.
There's
a positive. There's always a positive.
Yes. If you're planning a long trip, then, now is definitely the time. Get on the airfares.
I don't know, though. I don't know if I could agree with you on that. I've seen, flights to Ireland never got much cheaper. In fact, I felt like they got more expensive. Because there was less people traveling on the flights, and therefore flight prices went up. I have not taken advantage of a cheap flight in the last 2 years, I'll tell you that.
Casey, I would think flight fares increase when there's high demand. No? I mean, that's what...
But I don't know. But I'm saying I haven't taken advantage of a cheap flight.
I wish we were in that position. I think it's a very small percentage that would actually cash in on the decrease to air flights.
Well, I mean, I've traveled, but I haven't gotten a cheap flight. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And if it was cheap, wouldn't we all take it? We've in the 2 years, fortunately in Dubai, we've been lucky enough to be able to travel a little bit.
Yeah, true.
I haven't traveled a massive amount, but I've definitely left the country.
Travel everywhere. It's just oh, look at that. Okay. But we'll move on to our next story. So Apple has closed all Dubai stores.